Hello, everyone. Here we are back with yet another interesting episode of Power Talks, and this time we have one of the most eminent, multifaceted personality, Miss Radha Ganesan. And before we move ahead, I would love you all to know a little bit about her. And yes, I'm sure you enjoyed our episode one of India Brainy Beauty Power Talks. We welcome you, Radha ma'am. I'm
Thank you, Khanjana.
Yeah, so the viewers, Radha ma'am, to know a little more about her, she is a multi-potentialite in a true sense who dabbles in a range of creative pursuit by be it singing, be it writing, modeling, or photography. I mean, she is good at all. And to know a little more about her, she is an educator by profession who's been into the teaching career for almost 15 years. And apart from that, she's the founder of Destination En Route, where she intends to build a community of empowered individuals who can lead a happier life. A trained Indian classical dancer, a title winner at Miss India Curvy, a parenting advisor. I mean, the list is on and on. And last but not the least, she is a super mom and also one of our mentors for the last India Brainy Beauty season, who helped us in building a very positive self image. So, a grand welcome to you, Radha ma'am, for today's episode on discovering your diva self.
Thank you so much, Khanjana. Thank you very much to India Brainy Beauty, Ms. Archana Jain, Ms. Rabia Patel. Thank you very much for having me here. And it's a pleasure to be back, to be honest. It's really a pleasure. And I'm totally looking forward to season two.
Wow. Okay, so without wasting more of time, we would love to come back to our today's topic, which is discover your diva self. So my first question to you is, you've been a part of two beauty pageants, and both are different in their own ways. So what brought you to this platform?
All right. So I have been on stage as a child, and until I was, I think, about 20 years old, I was a performer. And my profession ended up being in teaching. So for about almost about 15 years, I was busy with that, and I was also bringing up my son. Now, what brought me to beauty pageants is, to be very honest, I just wanted to get back to the space where I'm just myself. I'm my
Oh, wow.
liveliest. It's such an effortless feeling to be there and to be communicating with a bigger audience. So yes, Miss India Curvy 2018 was the launch pad. That's where I kind of discovered what my potential is, and it was a good space to understand, what are the hidden things, what are the things that I had left behind long ago. And India Brainy Beauty, I must say, was, by the time India Brainy Beauty happened, it was a time to give back. It was a time to motivate. It was a time to lead by example. And with such wonderful ladies in the team who are themselves divas, so it was just a brilliant opportunity and a platform where I could work with like-minded people and share my experiences and instill the same confidence and faith that I discovered, when I was a participant in the first beauty pageant. Yes, Kanjana.
Oh wow. I can actually truly connect to the every word spoken by you, ma'am, because I myself have been a part of India Brainy Beauty season one, and it's like pageants are no more like we just need a perfect 36, 24, 36 figure and perfect human beings to be a part of it. It can be any person who can be a part of it and discover themselves. So truly an inspiring journey, ma'am. Coming to the second question, what exactly do you mean by diva self?
Okay, so yourself is basically to discover your own inner beauty. I think that women are having, very set standards for beauty, And whether it comes from the society or from media or our own selves, I think we have very, very well defined standards. Okay, and that's how we define beauty. Okay, so we think that if we are a particular shape or a particular color, or we even the features. Okay, I feel that too much
Right.
importance is given to the external self and your
Very
external.
true.
And to be honest, I would not believe that an older woman is not as beautiful as a younger one. So when I talk about the diva self, it's really about your inner beauty and something that just, it reflects, you exuberate that radiance, right? So it's
Very true.
your diva self is basically that. And going beyond this very, very, very rigid standards of this is how we want to look. Okay, going beyond that and really looking at what makes you beautiful as a human being, and more so as a woman, because women are, they are wired very differently, we are made very differently. And to be discovering that. So instead of trying to fit into a predefined notion of beauty, or even diva for that matter, I feel that your diva self is basically discovering that that shine and the star within you, and redefining the meaning of beauty for your own self. Not to prove to anybody that hey, look, I am beautiful, but then for yourself, that you are beautiful in a certain way. So it's looking at you from that point of view. That's what diva self needs to be.
Wow. Wow. So with this, there's one more question just hitting me. So when did you discover the diva within you? I'm
Okay.
sure the viewers would love to know.
To be very honest, when I was a child, I would always go in front of the mirror and put on some makeup. Okay, and I would want to do all things that maybe the heroines did, or something that made me feel good about myself. Okay, but as an adult, if you ask me when did I discover my diva self, it was honestly when I allowed myself to redefine my own standards of beauty, right? So when I enrolled for the first beauty pageant, and I thought that okay, I am beautiful enough to be a part of this, right? But my experiences, I realized over after that, I experienced, and I discovered that it's not really what others think about me, or how others think that I am beautiful or not. It's actually about how I look at myself. So I still struggle sometimes with my own self-image. I feel that okay, I should be like this, I should be like that. Okay, but having said that, I think I have allowed myself to accept all the beauty that is within me. And that's how I have discovered my diva self. And the beauty of this whole thing is the moment I allowed myself and got rid of these you know self doubts, or any negative thoughts about my own self image, about how I look, how beautiful I am, and if I am a diva or not. All right. So that's when I allowed all of that to go away. Okay. And that's when I realized that okay, I am beautiful, right? And this is something very, very personal. It's not something like I'm putting myself, comparing myself with other people. We
Right.
do little moments where I feel, oh my god, I wish. Okay, so I still wish to have a bikini body. That's that's the
Ah.
but I'm so happy with who I am today. And this basically, I think it started when I allowed myself to feel like a diva. So that's when it started. Yeah.
Wow, that's an awesome confession on social media, truly. Okay. Since we are coming up with the season two of Miss and Mrs. India Brainy Beauty, so how would you, tell the contestants about the topic and how the contestants should experience this versions of themselves? Like, how will you guide them?
All right. First of all, I'll answer this in two parts. Okay. I'm a teacher, so I tend to answer things a certain way. So the first part is about India Brainy Beauty. Okay. I being in a profession where we already have enough to do, and being a role model for my students. Okay, I am very particular about whom I associate myself with, right? So when Archana, approached me with this whole idea of India Brainy Beauty, I think what really struck me was the fact that it is inclusive. Inclusive means, it is not having any limit on the age, on, the way you look, your height, your weight. So I think that's the first and foremost thing which kind of, came to my, I just realized that, and I said, wow, this is really being inclusive, and this is really opening it up to all the beautiful women out there who are so, they're so bound in their own image about how they look. So the fact that opening it up for someone who is a 50 plus, or it's a beautiful thing. And also
Right,
it's yeah, and how do you define, again we are redefining beauty over here, aren't we? We aren't saying that, okay, beauty ends with with like after a certain age. And I think even as a country, a lot of leading ladies in Bollywood, and a lot of athletes for that matter, regardless of their age, they have now gone beyond that aspect of women, heroines who are married, or heroines and models who are, about 30, can't are not of commercial value
very
anymore in
true.
terms of cinema, right? So I think we are at a phase, our country and our society, we have accepted the fact that age is just a number, right?
Yeah,
So I really really was uh, so happy about the fact that it was for everybody. Okay, it was for older women too, right? So that was the first thing. And also the fact that the height and the weight, because again, there are so many categories and so many things. So yeah, so I think it's a wonderful platform where any woman gets an opportunity to accept herself completely and then present herself to the world. And I think that is the first and foremost tip, or yeah, basically that's the first and foremost thing we have to do, right? That
right,
to really discover your diva self, you have to accept yourself, and not really think that you are going to be perfect, or you have to fit into this, the scheme of things, and this is what perfection is. You accept yourself the way you are, and you kind of you discover what your strengths are, right? So
very
you,
true.
I'm sure every woman who's watching this particular talk, okay, is definitely good at least 5 to 6 things, okay. And whether we are making money out of it or not, whether we are financially independent or not, I think that we have to first kind of start celebrating ourselves and celebrating our strengths, okay. So that's the first and foremost thing. Like when you accept yourself and you really know what you're good at, and you start celebrating instead of waiting for anybody else to come and tell you, and like say, hey, look, you're good, okay, you're good enough. Why are we waiting for anybody else to tell us? Why are we waiting for that validation, right? To be honest, I did not win a crown in the first pageant that I participated in, and it took me some time to kind of accept it, but I realized later how much I had benefited. And Kanjana, I think you will agree to it. You have been a So maybe you could just say something about it. What was it like when you won the crown?
Oh my God. Actually, I made history. It's completely a different feeling. And like you said, it boosts your inner self-worth. It gives you a different confidence altogether. And probably after delivering a baby, I mean, I was not really sure of how things are going to be back to track and how I will pursue my career. So yes, I can say this platform has given me a different a different a perspective, a different perspective of life, I can say. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that was
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah. It's like there are opportunities all around us. Okay, like we're talking about a beauty pageant right now, but generally there are opportunities all around us. Okay, the moment we kind of discover our strengths, or we kind of go back to living our dreams without disturbing anything else in our scheme of things. Okay, nobody is here to promote being selfish, but what we're looking at is basically identifying your own strengths, throwing yourself into platforms where, for all you know, you might realize how good you are at something that you never pursued, or something that you never had time for. Okay, so yeah,
right.
so first is to accept yourself. Then the second thing is to identify your own strengths. The third thing, which I feel, a lot of us, especially people who are a little older. I am a little older, okay, but I'm not going to tell my age to
Oh
you.
no, you are not.
I am a little
the view
older. So
No, no, the viewers already know that you have a son and who is almost 14.
right. So I think also being goal oriented is very important. Okay, if women really want to step out of their comfort zone, do something beyond what they're doing right now, or excel in something that they are already doing. I think what they need to do exactly is to have a vision, have a goal. Okay, have a goal oriented approach. So you make time for yourself. You do make time for your family. You do all the things that you're supposed to do, but that doesn't mean that it comes at the cost of your own desires or your own dreams, right? So that's the
A
third
very
thought.
strong
you
point.
know yeah. That's a third thing. And unfortunately, when I look at how media portrays empowered women, or women empowerment, it's two extremes. Either we show an abla nari and bharatiya nari sanskari, or we show the other extreme of a feminist जो झंडा लेके भाग रही है. It really need not be in extremes. There is a middle path, and there is a middle space where we can balance between these two things. So I really feel that if our
Very true.
approach is oriented, it will be we will be more clear about what are the things that we want to do. We may not be very consistent. Okay, given I'm assuming that a lot of us have a lot of other responsibilities. Okay, we may not be consistent, we may not always be at the peak at doing something, right? We might have to prioritize other things over what we want to do. Having said that, I think it's absolutely possible. I feel a lot of us are not even thinking about it. Once we start thinking that it is possible, the channels just open up, right? So I think that's the third thing, that have a goal oriented approach. And the last thing, extremely important, is to keep yourself happy, right? Again, when I talk about keeping ourselves happy, I'm not talking about shopping. I'm not talking about putting on makeup. I'm not talking about, taking trips with your girl gang. I mean, fine, I agree that it makes you happy. But to be honest, intrinsically we all have something that keeps us happy, right? So when we make time for that, like I love music, I love to dance, I love to write. Okay, so apart from my regular professional work and my personal work, okay, I do make time for these things, right? So when we are loving ourselves, I feel that we are able to give the same love even more magnified, okay, to the people around us. So we are not just creating a very happy environment inside within us, in our minds. Okay, we are automatically we will be creating a happy environment around us also. And there are, again, all of this is what we aspire, all of this is what is possible, right? And it doesn't happen like chutki mein, overnight. It doesn't happen. It's really a choice. Okay, so your diva self, even to allow yourself to feel like a diva, is a choice, and it's something that you're committing yourself to, right? A platform like India Brainy Beauty will definitely give you that launch pad. Like you can, you can see how the confidence. I remember Khanjana when she had come for the auditions, and when we did the sessions, mentor sessions with all the contestants, and I remember, where you came from, thoda doubtful, thoda semi say, like ठीक है ये मेरे से होगा कि नहीं, ठीक है, let me try. But there are opportunities, and how much you make out of it, how much time you
Right.
give to it, is completely in your hands. And chalo kabhi ek mauka nikal gaya haath se, okay, there is no shortage of opportunities, there is no shortage of opportunities. Okay, so I feel that instead of focusing on being successful, being happy, I think choti choti cheezein jo humko roz mil rahi hai, you know if we try to make the most of it, and if it's important to us, we will do it. That's what I mean by keeping myself happy. If I know something is making me happy, okay, I will try my best to make time for
Do.
it and do it. Okay, and that's how I'm here today. To be very,
Right.
yeah, and that's about it. So, just quickly, the four things are: one, that you have to accept yourself the way you are. Two, please celebrate your strengths. Be aware of what your strengths are. Celebrate your strengths. Three is be goal oriented. Have some idea of where you are heading personally. Okay, as much as you would think for everybody else in your family. Okay, and a fourth and most important thing is, put that smile on your face and keep yourself happy, so that everybody around you can benefit from, your diva self. Okay, yeah, that's
Wow,
about
wow, wow.
it.
In just four small points, I think you actually gave a complete vision of how a woman should lead her own life, and that is truly amazing. It was just very short talk, but then I think you've made the most of it, and I'm sure most of them are going to benefit out of what you have said. And I would 100% want our viewers to comment on how they felt the session was, and in case they have any questions for Ms. Radha, you please feel free to just go on and comment, and I'm sure she'll be there to guide you all.
Absolutely. And I'm
Yes,
totally
ma'am.
looking forward to season two. I mean, season one was a ball. Like, we really had a wonderful time. And again, the kind of energy that the entire Brainy Beauty team puts into it, like, to the T, everything has to be of the quality that we have promised. So definitely I'm looking forward to season two, and, making the most, and of course, meeting participants. So yes, it's going to be a different experience, because it's going to be like we're going live, right? So yes. Okay,
Thank
thank
you
you,
so much,
Kanjana.
ma'am, for
Yes,
taking out your valuable time and
yes,
being a
thank
part.
you.
Thank you
Namaste to
so much.
everybody. Namaste.